server. It's Inferno, and it's time for Vitality to find redemption. First map was a quick one and convincing one. Seems like GG.bet agree. Heroic given the edge in this one.
This is a different affair, though. These two have met head-to-head. They've had a little bit of a different result on this, of course.
And this was the eyebrow raiser for you, Chad. You expected Vertigo to be our second map.
Yeah, I just thought what we've seen with Heroic on Vertigo recently would be a good punish. It'd be a way for Vitality to assert their dominance on a map that they have a lot of confidence on. Now, if we think about what Lauren was saying, this nade here from Borup, maybe it's going to come out. There we go. They're just trying to bait that out. Apex did a good job. It was 16-5 last time, but Vitality had the opportunity of starting on the CT side, and Zywoo had one of his godly performances. This time around on the T side, it's different tone, it's different pace, and well, Cadian setting a pace very early.
Yeah, this is really nice. This is just exactly what they were doing on Mirage. He can do it again. He's hearing pins pulled, and it's a good sign that it's an A go. Fast rotate from Stown and Borup. They're there in time, wrapping short, flank found. Nico, oh, he's got to find so many targets. It seems good, seems so calm. Cool as a cucumber. Okay. Apex hits it. He catches Nico. That was ridiculous. Oh, wow. Only 22 points of health. He will scavenge the bomb. Will he get a chance to get it down? It seems they will. Regroup. One bullet would be enough from either of Stown or Cadian here, but what a reaction that was from the in-game leader.
He's predicted it. He was watching the right place for just a second, and Cadian beautifully played off the back of that push down Banana, but yes, you're right. Apex creating that room was essential to them almost finding success.
It's a good plan. It means they will be able to go for the force buy here if they like. Apex can drop an AK-47 across or buy one for himself and have head armor behind it. I just like the little detail there. So Apex, as he picks up the bomb and goes to plant, he did see Cadian over towards the quad side and knew one player was behind the smoke on the arch side. Cadian has now wrapped around to Halls, and I believe it was Stown was coming through quad. So he had to still worry about the wrap from CT, but both were going to be coming from that same direction. So it's little details right there. Apex had to worry about everywhere, and they knew exactly where Apex was going to be. So good stuff early from Heroic here, and that will be the buy coming on through. Zywoo has been gifted an AK. A couple of Galils on the board. Eagle in Masuta's hands. He really struggled in that first map. And remember, Masuta is a rookie.
Yeah, no, certainly. A grand final of an S-tier event for Masuta. Oh, the wild spray. It's an equal trade. Unconfirmed damage onto both Apex and Tessus. That bomb plan has really equipped them quite nicely, hasn't it, Chad? I can't quite explain myself, but I see those Galils, I see those AKs, I see enough utility. This definitely does look very viable for Vitality, and it's a very real threat to Heroic. Deep smoke, spray from Stown. They're going to have, well, not enough utility to take this banana area without just using brute force. Maybe that's enough. They are just going to walk up.
Stown's not fully backing. Okay, now he does peel away slightly, running Tessus, who's already been obviously knocked down quite low with that initial exchange with Apex. But the T's are taking their time. This is 45 seconds, but they don't have much utility to play with, and they also don't have much map presence yet.
Ooh.
This is Cadian trying to get information, and he gets maybe a little bit more than he wanted. Ooh, flashes up on Banana. This is pressure across the map now. The T's are making this hard to predict, but 28 seconds. They are going to have to commit pretty soon here, Alex. I don't know where they're going to end up.
Yeah, I think it has to be A at this point. Nico and Borup are going to have to... Oh, no. Yeah, he's bitten the bait. Oh, poor Nico's left alone on the site with only his M4 to keep him company.
15.
You're right. If he could just make disruptive play. 1, 2. The head of Apex gone. My eye's starting to roll, and Shox is in trouble.
Down.
That's enough. He's won the round on his own. Nico on for the ace. He dismantles Vitality. A 5th added to the trophy cabinet. And Cadian bigging him up to get the energy flowing in the right direction. That's a huge way to start off map 2.
Picking up right where they left off. Nico with that amazing performance over there on Mirage and just single-handedly defending this A bomb site. No easy feat. The pit position, we've seen players do it with smokes. He's done it without anything, and just greeting him with bodies was Vitality, dropping one after the other. And that's 2-0. That's a force buy that can't even keep it competitive. You're not even keeping that CT money under the thumb.
Oh, their face.
They had almost no utility as well to clear that out. By the time they got there, even halfway through that round, they were down to like 3 flashes, 1 smoke, and that was it. So the buy up to the rifles, there's a lot of Galils, a lot of AKs out there. It was great, obviously, to pack a punch, but no way to clear pit cleanly.
Vitality need one of their crowbars here to... Okay, did Masuta force buy? He has no money. He had an MP5. Why did Masuta go all in like that? These are the nerves for the youngster we're talking about here, and Cadian picking it up, grabs a couple.
Oh no. Thesis, very challenged. And that's the quick response from Borup. Yeah, look, that's Hunden's face. He's like, why has he got an MP5? I think it's the same face you're pulling right now, Chad.
Oh, the youngster. They really need to reel him in here. Somebody on that squad, the coach, Apex, Shox, one of the veterans, one of the louder of the boys needs to calm him down. This is their map choice. They need to really...
Time out.
It might be a bit early for one of those. So Masuta's had to go into the first gun round with a UMP. They do have more utility behind it right here. Cadian brings out that AWP. We saw what he did last time. Remember, against Complexity, he got that ace. 4 towards top banana on the first gun round.
That is colossal early stack towards here. And RPK's battle for supremacy of banana has been won out, regardless of the numbers there.
Through all the fire, through all the flames, he somehow gets up there almost unscathed. That's incredibly impressive, and what a start for them in the gun round.
Yeah, that's what they needed. Vitality, no slouch in converting early man advantages. We saw the stats. They're up there in the top 3 for ESL 1 Cologne 2020 online. Tessus, yeah, he's got a lot of steps. Good chance onto Masuta as he floats through the sky. The trade was there. It's Nico in pit this time, neutralized. Cadian and Stown just going to have to accept their fate on this one. That's Vitality's first on Inferno. And that's the composure we were hoping to see. That's promising. Clean, plenty of time left. Convincing.
I was going to say one of the crowbars of Vitality needs to step on up and get them an entry kill. That would normally be either like Zywoo or Shox's entry stats actually have been very, very good in this tournament so far. But it's RPK. And it felt very strange. There were so many defenders towards the top of Banana. He just appeared through the smoke, gets a freebie right there onto Borup, and, well, that was basically the round at that point. Shox with a multi onto the A site. Closer down for business. The save has to come on through. The CT side, we know how difficult it is to retake, and it's early stages. You don't want to be going for rounds, throwing them away. Keep these weapons. Stown will be able to drop. Cadian can do the same. Tessus and Borup, they'll be right on the cusp, right? You can see here 4.2, 4.3. Nico definitely needs a weapon. So one of those two aforementioned will need to buy themselves. They'll have to go, look, missing of a little bit of utility. Look at this entry. It's just no one's home to help him.
Yeah, and that was a little bit of a gap in the heroic game plan there. I think it may be a bit of an on-the-fly 4-man stack call, and yeah, just didn't quite have the usual cover system. He just was sat there like a lemon with a pin pulled.
I really want to see Masuta get off the starting blocks here as well.
Yep.
He's 0-4 right now. Obviously had a bit of a weird start with maybe a misbuy there. So I want him to bounce back, and the sooner the better at this point for them on the T side here. But for now, Orb still in play with Cadian. A little bit of an exchange on Banana. No RPK going for a run this time, or at least yet.
Typical start to an Inferno round here. The only caveat is that 4-man stack is on the A site, so unless RPK gets more information than this, top Banana is pretty much where the buck stops. Bombs at T-spawn. They'll flash in for the jiggle. Cadian might just pull the trigger. Ooh, not flashed, but not dead. RPK does avoid the bullet.
I want to see if that stack moves. I want to see if they peel away from this, because they've still got the 4 players here on A, even though Tessus, considering apartments, there is a player there, but it's all going to come through quad. 3 players in front. Good flash! Oh my word, it's a massacre. RPK trying to keep this together, but it's slipping through his fingers until finally Shox appears on the balcony ledge. And like Romeo to Juliet, it just looked for a second like a good outcome could have come of it, but it doesn't. In the end, Stown's there, and all the romance is dead for the French side.
Oh, this is going very, very well. The fact you're getting away with a 4-man A-lean right there, and they just come into your trap. You got 2 individuals stepping up with multi-kills there. One for Tessus as he actually pushed forward. He knew what was coming. He didn't want to be caught back in the pit where they know where he's going to be isolated with the flashes. He played in between, in limbo, just running at them. And when Borup closing the door right there, a timeout for Vitality. It is needed. Masuta still yet to get on the board. Only 8 kills for him in map number 1. It'll be difficult to wake him up. He is, look, for a youngster, he is the least experienced player in this entire server right now.
Yeah. Like when we say rookie, we're talking from his bedroom doing it as a hobby to a Vitality jersey. Yeah, like just let that sink in for a second. In contrast to players that were competing against the same players in the game before this one. I mean, just to try and give you some degree of context. Of course, referring to the man on your screens there. of the figureheads of French Counter-Strike for so long. RPK, another name on the tip of the tongue.
I guess it's easy to identify Heroic as being the younger players, but yeah, spot on with the Masut. Oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh,
Yes.
Sound.
The flank from Masuta could have big ramifications, but no, the gap found, and so's the frag. Apex on logs, that's been communicated. Masuta to swing in for the flank. Cadian's keeping him safe and sound. Or safe and sound.
Apex?
No, was the comms?
Oh!
Well, I mean, that one will take. He's read it. That's exactly where Shox is going to be. A lovely little intuition, but he's still checking down by T-stairs.
See him? He did.
He's double dipping.
Oh,
I've never seen Shox miss those. That is a worrying sign. And I've got to say, Heroic look confident, and the man at the helm is down right now. 4 kills, and Masuta yet to frag. 0-0-5, 10 ADR. He's not getting into this game just yet. And if anything, Heroic are getting confident. And that is how you break spirits. That's how you get into the other team's head.
Look how trapped Masuta is right now. There's a player back towards their spawn, and it is Stown. It is the man who started this. He hasn't thrown a grenade. He's just gone AK first. Found 4 huge kills, and across the bridge he crouches. Where could he go? Where could he run?
Oh, this is a dire situation for poor Masuta. Close quarter angle, caught out, good reactions. Gets his first frag, gets an AK out of it as well, but Stown did well to inflict such lethal damage. He's down to just 12.
They're all chasing. Look how close they are. All 4 members are pushing down middle here. They don't want him to hold on to anything, and they're just slowly pushing forward, taking out Cadian. Nice shot. This is good for the kid's confidence.
Yeah, and anything he can take into this round is going to be a building block. Drops the smoke, 10 seconds, looking good for the save. Borup, Tess on the hunt. It's a game within the game, folks. It's no longer about planting bombs and defusing them. It's about finding Masuta. It's a game of survival. I like
Kill
what
him
he's
after
doing.
time, Alex. This could be catastrophic, though.
Running.
Live.
Holding W. Will they check the boost? Oh my gosh! Masuta survives. That's integral.
Oh,
He'd have had 2 grand. That's it. Peanuts. A Desert Eagle and a Kevlar vest would have been his best. Let's see this again from Stown. 4 kills in the round. Was it the ace, actually? It was. I think he got the lot. No, he just dinked him. That's right. But yeah, 4 kills, and the third onto Zaiwu was the most impressive.
oh, Shox.
Shock's a bit hot-faced after that one. A bit hot under the collar. Yo.
How did Apex not know that it happened? I'm very confused that he just ran back through the
don't know.
smoke, not expecting anybody close mid.
I mean, tunnel vision's a thing, sure, but surely it cools. Something, you know what I mean? Like, something's got to be there. And for now, that was a nice, again, quite aggressive start. These guys are feeling themselves, and that's a very dangerous thing for a young team like Heroic. If they're confident, happy, and that's exactly what Hunden was saying. Once they start feeling good about it, once they get in the game, that's when they become their best, and it looks like that could be the case at 5-1.
Just want to make sure we correctly frame the round you're watching now. This was the saved AK from Masuta and 1 extra put in the hands of Apex. So Shox, all armored. They've got P250s and smokes on the more reserved buys. Cadian, good info here. He's going to try and drop his deep smoke on contact. Or even prematurely. Okay, so we'll get that out. Leaves down. Get those 4 players set up on A for the exec.
That's just gone down at 1 minute. That was going to buy them until roughly 40 seconds here in Banana, and Stown's still watching it.
The 4-play stack again. Right place, right time. I don't know where they find the success here. Let's look for those rifles in the game. Shox and RPK are the 2 to be looking for. Shox does find Nico, so they have got a bit of room towards the side. Bomb towards pit. And the other 3 for the CTs locked out for now.
Yeah, so Stown will clear the brackets position. They can actually regroup there, and he can go apps instead. And that's RPK's responsibility. You can see they're going to just slowly tighten their chokehold. And that's the first step. Apps, pressure starting to release. Masuta feeling the pressure increase. Low HP, it's all on him. Quiet individual, time's on his side. Unfortunately, he's not alive. Defuse comes in from Stown, plenty of time for that. That's 6-1, and yeah, this is starting to get a little shaky. A grand final, if ever there was supposed to be confidence on one side of the server, I didn't expect it to be this one.
Yeah, I think we need a pace change from Vitality, a little bit more ballsy, the chaos that we were talking about. Let's get it going. Let's get it started. Get themselves in this game. They thrive in the chaos. So far, there's been none of that. So if we can get Vitality firing on all cylinders instead of playing this slow pace. Remember when we were watching Heroic and they would just hold on to nades against G2 when they were playing slow? They would milk the clock right down. G2 would just wait. They would do nothing. And then Heroic was so good with their grenades that they would have smokes, molotovs, everything they needed left to deny this. And this is quickly running away from Vitality here. I'm starting to get worried.
Have a look. RPK trying it again towards Banana. He did do really well here before. He actually found that great opening pick, so this could really help them out now if he does it again. There are the 3 players there once again, so a very similar scenario, and it looks to be set into play by the flash off the back of Apex. Molly to follow, and RPK is clearing. Still watching to see if they try and retake top here, because Borup's got that flash, Alex.
You can see RPK, this is a weathered veteran. He's playing by the half wall, so he will be anti-flash, and he can actually catch that re-aggression. Now he brings the fight to Cadian, and he doesn't get to post a single thing, a flash to call it clear.
They have info back. They already have Banana. Vitality thought they had control, and now they have nothing.
All onto Tessus. He avoids the flashes. Zywu straight out, draws the crosshairs. Good start for Vitality. Could be their second, a man advantage. Responsibility of the plant falls to Masuta. Caden's only on T steps. This could be Heroic playing the percentages and making that save call. Yeah, Borup's already tucking into B, so they will be bending the knee. Vitality take 2.
Good call, good reaction. I'm not sure if that was the plan from Vitality from the beginning even. But the fact that they quickly switched that up as soon as they realized that AWP was over towards top of Banana, that's the danger, man. Remember, Cadian was playing in swing, he was over to arch side, rotating around. Oh, the AWP's there, it must be 2 on the site. Let's pounce. Let's use our individual ability. Let's trade out. And that's exactly what Vitality did. And that secures them the second round. Didn't come off of the kill of RPK, but it definitely came off the information that he afforded them. You had a buy again here, Heroic, so it's not the end of the world. Hold up's down, wants to do some damage. Can he get away? Has to worry about shocks, he'll let him have it. So yeah, the guns will be dropped across. Cadian can drop once down, can drop another. There'll be no issues with Heroic's buy right now. Here's the opening kill. Not blind at all is Cadian. That's how you love to see it. And Masuta, this is what we need. He needs to get on going. Tessus is quite the animated individual too. So back underway, round number 9.
Okay, back into it. I feel like we'd seen that before, the RPK towards the top, the flash not getting Cadian. It was very similar, but obviously that time he landed the shot. But this time around, Cadian switching it up a little here. And actually quite quickly leaning this way for the tease. Everyone's here, no one's towards Banana. RPK is tagged. They've got to feel this out. It's a quick piece towards top mid.
Yeah, Cadian gets the dunk as well, but Apex and Zywu right back with a layup. Shock's going to recover the bomb. They're wrapping long side. He's not even ready for it. Cadian just caught sleeping. On for the teammates.
This is the pace change, right, Chad? This is what you wanted, that kind of more combat focused, the kind of playing off the back, the pacey piece towards middle.
Yeah, and they're just relying on their fundamentals right there, right? It is just trading. That was the name of the game right there. Run them down, get in their face, take space away from the CTs, and now Borup, well, he might get taken out with the M4. Nice kill there onto Zywu. Can he hold on to the AK-47? They know his position. The money is not too bad over there for the Vitality side of things. So they might consider hunting. You can see Apex already getting inquisitive through the T-house. Shox now has the AWP, so probably wants to hold on to that one to give it to Zywu in the following. And Masuta, he'll just be holding on to his life here. So Borup, he will be afforded the AK-47.
He certainly will. Got some stats for you as well. Does all correlate as expected. We looked at the previous 4v5 conversion stats, and we saw that Vitality's was alarming. 8th highest for the teams in attendance of Cologne. And recently, on Inferno, the opening kills go 7-2 in favor of Heroic. So that's really not been ideal for Vitality. These early casualties have been translating into those 4v5s that they have not statistically been super strong at converting. Into our 10th round, second map, grand final. Flashing into middle. Cadian wants blood, and he's done it again. A leg shot and a dunk, go on. Not this time. Shox were far too smart. He'll tuck in, realizing a passive stance is required.
Interesting, Shox is holding on to the AWP here. I guess Vitality really are transitioning the way they are as a squad. Makes sense he's holding on to it now that he is on such low HP. This time round, Heroic are more than happy to concede Banana. You can see Vitality are more than happy to take that off of them straight away. All 5 members now corralling to that part of the map. It might be a quick execute, but there are 3 ready to receive. Cadian with the AWP, Stown, and Tessus with MP9. So they're going to play up close and personal.
Can you get flash? He just has to pull the trigger. Does take the shoulder off of Masuta. And poor Rolls down. What can you do? RPK swinging around his smoke and does behead him. 3 kills for the tank into the site. And Vitality, this is exactly what Chad has been talking about. We just got 3 prime examples of where their strengths lie and how rounds can be manufactured.
Again, it doesn't feel there's much finesse to it, but it's when I look at RPK, he doesn't have that most finesse, that beautiful play, but it gets the job done.
Okay, here is my analogy of these two team styles.
Hit me up.
How they would approach opening a door. If you're breaking into a house, right?
Okay.
If you're Vitality, 5 of them just throw their body weight at the door at the same time. If you're Heroic, they're sitting there with the bloody
Someone's on
piece
lookout.
of rope, and they're tying it around the little chain, and they're wiggling it over the top of the door frame. They're doing it the old-fashioned way. They're doing it the sneaky way. And it's that style clash that we're witnessing in this grand final.
It's just clear that Vitality have changed to a more decisive style early, right? They know where they want to go from the start of the rounds. As soon as they have a little piece of information, or as soon as they give given a little bit of the map, they know where they want to hit. And it has caught Heroic off guard here in the last few rounds. So with the saved weaponry coming on through, Heroic really should think before they go for another force.
Just goes from 0 to 100 so fast.
It's like a meat cleaver against a scalpel, right? Like, they both kind of get the job done. One's a little prettier than the other. So,
oh dear, that's the frustration that we were talking about with the youngsters, right? You can see this. It looks like Stan was having a bit of a tantrum that I used to in the day.
Having a tiff.
So they need to really make sure that that doesn't get out of control, because I spoke to Cadian before the game.
Oh, great little boost angle over the smoke here. If anyone goes for that little jiggle for info, very likely. Borup has the reaction times and the weapon required to make good use of these 2 saved weapons. Everyone else is the supporting cast. They are the extras in this movie that is round 11.
There are flashes in play here, one for Nico, one for Borup, so keep those in mind. I go for info Cadian towards top mid again. Boiler's clear. He's now got that.
where's Borup and Nico? Okay, so Borup's
Does he stay over the smoke, or is he grey screen?
Let's see.
Perfect. Yeah. But Zywoo was ready. Well, you don't need to be when you're Zywoo. He's just got the reactions. Stown was pressured as well. Caught through the smoke, though. Middle. And they are up mid. You're bang on, Chad. This is where Cadian could do damage, but they're already walking up long. That CZ running out of chances and options, and Shox has removed all of Dessus on shot from the AWP. A little late, though, and Cadian's not interested in checking it.
When you see a player kind of creeping around second mid, I love the fact that Shox was like, I don't like Boiler anymore. We've made it this far to sight, and there's no one else around. That's a bit weird, little suspect. For now, though, there should be a plant coming in. There it is. And the last 3 for the CTs. They've managed to get 2 of the rifles still, I think. Yeah, Stown managed to snag the one that was on Borup when he passed away. So it looks like keep the rifles for now. This is good from Vitality, though. I mean, sometimes, you know, keeping it simple actually does work, and just kind of rolling through the steps, depending on your strengths, actually pays dividends.
If you're going to throw Zywoo into a bomb site, that's a pretty bloody potent fake, right? You're throwing your star player into a site to see how much work you can get done. If I'm the in-game leader and I see that happening, I'm calling the rotate. I'm like, Zywoo's there? All right, they have to be coming. They have to be hitting. And the game, look, Vitality now have slowed down that pace again. They're on the chase. I don't know if they want to push too much further forward, just jostling, seeing if they can find any freebies, but not to be here as Heroic will be able to mount the buy now. Those saved guns, that could really come in handy as this one tapers on through. We're already up to round number 12. You want to be posting as many CT-sided rounds as you can here. I think they might have a difficult time when we can just see how annoying Vitality can be. So, underway. Utility aplenty. Stown's the only one without the smoke molly. Everyone else has what they need going into this. Cadian on the AWP once more. It's the 3-man B-lane again. So they've done this 3 times. Hasn't been that successful for them, even though they have their lion's share of their defenses over towards this side of the map. And now Vitality, look at the pack rolling through second middle. Going to silently jump up here. As the teammates heads to Mantle. And they're already up close Boiler. So the pressure's on towards A. The rotations come in.
Up short they go. Blood drawn, traded. Nico trying to survive. The nade could be prime, but not to be. Actually, they back away. Bomb is still T-steps. If Stown's not
dead.
Yeah. Barrel and executed.
He's going to need something quite miracle-esque to work out for the CTs when they have just infiltrated everywhere, it feels like. They're on every part of the map. They've kind of navigated past the 2 CTs who are posted towards A, clearing, obviously, meticulously as you go, but B's theirs. It's a safe plant. It's everything you'd want. Yeah, and even better than that, once that bomb's down and Tessus and Nico start leaving their hidey holes, like bears after hibernation.
Oh, this is insane. They're already ready for this.
Sound cute. Whoa, I can't react in time. That's great. Takes a while to process what you've heard and pinpoint the location, and it's enough time for Apex to find one of the two. Shox is going to catch Tessus here, and one click of his mouse is all it requires.
This is better. So they've come alive with the pace change. They've broken themselves out of the issues, and now they've actually forced more for Heroic. They will need to be taking a timeout here. They're first of this second map. The money, it's a bit all over the place because of those forced guns, and now that we are tied up at 6-6, the questions become, do they want to get a little bit more aggressive? Do they want to take the fight to Vitality? Do they just want to go back to a default 3 towards A, 2 towards B spread? That'll open the door for faster B takes. Vitality fighting for banana control more. The game now rights itself. It goes back to more of a standard meta. Unless Vitality want to continue with these very early attacks onto sites. So it will be the force. Double AWPs, that's the solution. Now, the reason you bring out double AWPs against a team who is playing, quite contact heavy or very in your face, the AWPs can post on up. You don't become as reliant on utility. And you can hopefully find yourself an opening and get away. Hasn't been working for Cadian in the last couple. Over towards B, got taken down. Over towards A, just in the previous. He went on down as well.
Ooh, I see purposely bought Mac 10 for Shox, considering he's up on 10k. He got 15 on Apex. So I wonder what the plan is with this. Bit of a pace check. Oh my gosh, the utility damage is monstrous.
Yeah, Borup and Stown just halved. And those two HEs, that's $600 well spent for sure. More where that came from. CT nade didn't catch them, but the molly will. That will slow them down just a little. Often that's the sign of a re-aggress towards banana. I'm surprised Cadian hasn't started to rotate yet. They'll be boosting up onto second orange and playing anti-flash. Very powerful position for Borup here. If there was anyone to try and cross that line of fire, oh, I love this setup. It's down tucking in on Emo and drawing first blood. That's going to completely deter them. I'm not sure they're going to go for this. Yeah, the bomb is in banana still. A smoke deployed at the 60-second mark. Surely they start to look at A.
If only they knew what we knew, a BXQ right there would have been phenomenal. 2 players, half HP. They could have dealt with that very easily. But maybe now, Shox and Zai want to go up, get mid-control, and try and go through Arch, or do they want to just filter back down? So they combed through second mid, made sure there was no aggression through the T apartments, leaving leaving Masuda towards top middle, and now back towards banana they go.
He's got full util. They'll probably smoke off long side, try and make it look convincing, because there's 3 CTs still there. But the hit will be 25 seconds left. No smokes to hold them at bay. It will have to be bullets, and this is the go.
Flash in, Shox. He's just been pulled back and sent forward.
14.
Borup instantly finds him. We're down to 10 seconds here. This T-side's getting nothing done. RPK gets there. Masuta breaks through, but timing now. Bomb
Just
goes
enough.
down just in time. There's still 3 players to play this one back, Alex.
It certainly is. Kit on Tessus will be prime real estate. RPK knows he has to fight. Holds them for a moment. Holds down mouse 1. They're softened up for Masuta, the rookie. Giving it a good go, just the first. And we will get Heroic back onto the straight and narrow. That was a slew of rounds from Vitality, reminding us of what they're capable of. Breaking that 5-round streak of Vitality. Heroic responding kind. 7. And as Chad did rightly point out, this is CT side Inferno. Really want to be looking at the 9-6 if you're Heroic. That's the messaging that will be coming out of Cadian and Hunden.
It's a big kill right there from Cadian because, look, you can see they're not looking towards banana whatsoever. RPK did a fantastic job after he planted the bomb, now shifting over to Masuda's position, which was in that banana as well. There could have been multi-kills galore there. As a moment, I thought it was going to slip into the favor of the Frenchman. All things considered, it was looking great for that B defense early. And now again, the pace change. Aggression towards banana.
Again.
That is wild. So much damage done to Zywo and Apex early, and then the nades over towards Sandbag. Nobody's home to receive. Shox needs to find something here. He needs to find it quick.
Yeah. He doesn't have anyone with him, though. No supporting cast to this one. Who will blink first?
He's heard that. He knows one's in sight. Oh, Tessus is not inside, so it could be bad info.
See what they do with it. Smokes go up. They're going to have to try and commit to this. Shox is a little further ahead, and Nico is going to be lingering around, leaning, trying to find those players on the site. But Shox still just holds ground. They're up on quad.
Yeah, this is going to hurt for Nico. Caught now, surely. No, gets away with it with just 20 HP. Masuta tagged up, and now just a flurry of frags, all in favor of the Danes. Borup converts. Heroic on 8. Looking for the final round of play. Vitality, what do they bring to the table? They got cash for days. They'll be able to get every single treat they desire, including a sidearm of choice. And a quick tactical timeout just to make sure everyone's on the same page for a necessary round for both of these squads.
Nico did great there. The fact that he dropped that utility, he disrupted the push-up quad, survived, managed to really set up that sight crossfire. Really good stuff from him. He's had that ace in the game. 11 kills to his name here, 12 for Stound. It is a team effort, though. Look at this. Everybody seems to be contributing on the heroic side of things.
But look at that run of rounds we had for Vitality once they switched that pace up. Once again, they kind of fell back into that kind of more blunt tool, but effective nonetheless. It really did start working for them. This is the first one back in a while for Heroic.
It's wild that they have so many rounds on the board. I guess this comes down to the saves coming through from Heroic, because Vitality only have 6 multi-kills to this point. They're really struggling in the opening kill department, only 4 on the T side so far. And we get this one back underway. The last round here of the first half, map number 2, AK-47s. Cadian, he's faking it out. He's pushing down. Here's an opening, and there it is.
It's exactly what you want in these moments. Just that little bit of something different, something that the T's are going to be shaken about, but it looks like they found an answer. They want top of banana, and they've got it once again.
He still has to push forward in a moment. The molly, unless it's been misthrown.
Perhaps it has. The underhand flash. Confirms there is presence banana, and that does incite a lot more utility. Incendiary down. It won't slow them. It's down. They're trying to double bait on Nubox. There's going to be a swing. And he has gone down, but they don't expect a second. And the second is a bit too quiet. Borup needed more. 3v3 though. Cadian trying to contest that plant, and it won't be able to do so. Extinguished by the smoke on that bomb. Zyru lives to fight another day, and Frag, the 2 remaining players, Tessus, Nico on the rotate. Kits on both, full util on both, Chad. They've probably got something spicy for us here. Nico's got the smoke. He's going to be throwing that for banana. You can see he's lining it up. That's banana side smoked off the skybox. All of that good stuff is starting to burn. Oh no, it doesn't fully go. RPK. He should be fine now. He will go unchecked. Apex is doing all the necessary hard work and heavy lifting. What is going on? 8-7 finished off eventually. Vitality closed the gap. It looks like we've got a grand final after all.
I never did.
An 8-7 in the second map of our grand final. Things are just getting started. So get comfortable and tell your friends it's time to tune in for ESL 1 Cologne's crescendo. That was the word I was looking for. Chad, Pansy, they're hanging out with me.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm a bit disappointed. Tessus doesn't have his water bottle today.
I know.
I mentioned that in the first map, Chad, and if you were listening, you would have noticed that.
Was that on the third round?
I think
I
he was
mate.
absent.
It's when I went to go get the computer fixed so I
Hello,
could do
Chad,
Skybox for everybody at home, Lauren.
Some of us pay attention.
Children.
Some don't.
Counter-strike to cast. Thank you.
Have a nice day, Chad.
Oh, damn. RPK looking to drop back into the site in the same way Lauren dropped that mic. Zywoo, Apex, Masuta all rotating in, and they're going to push through that flash. No, it's just to deter. Maybe set RPK up for some headshots. He has got one. Masuta's making a meal of it, does find the headshot. RPK, oh, damn, it was Zywoo that finished him off. Good fragging from him. Borup overwhelmed. And that is a quickie.
Finally got some pace to the game. That feels nice. Bit of action going on down within the first 20 seconds. RPK did very well there not to go down. Here's the man on the screen. MVP of the pistol round for the second half here. So kicking things off, he's up to 12. He's leading the way. He's leading the charge. And that meant something to the boys. Apex, the emotion, we're loving it. The coaching staff in the background, they're clapping as well. And we're back underway here. Forced by Tech9s. Yeah, so we might see a play to try and get out halls and into the pit there and take control. We highlighted one of these in their game against Complexity. See if you want to go for something similar. Window nade, rolling back the years of French Counter-Strike.
I mean, even the Tech9s coming back into play. Seeing this again, kind of like it. I like Tech9s. They're very anti-Counter-Strike-esque, but
Yeah.
it does bring me deep, deep joy.
It is your kind of style.
Run and die.
Yeah, run and gun, spray and pray.
That's the one.
Suta doing exactly that, and his prayers are answered. Double kill. Tessus, Nico falling, and the round likely to follow. Maybe, just maybe, Borup can finish off what he started. If he can draw the fire, Shox isn't holding him actively. Masuta being so low. Might do the lurk smoke onto balcony, and it's actually, that would be perfect considering they just smoked him off. Yeah, here we go. Smoke pit, clear close, finds Zywoo. That's mission one. Oh, Shox has shown his head. Not dead. Down finds him. Cadian needs a clean one. He's found it.
Kill?
My goodness, I think you're right. Yeah, Zywoo took down Masuta through the smoke. Cleaned up, thankfully, by Zywoo.
Oof, all right, that got a little bit dicey there for a second. I want to sing the praises of Masuta right here. He started off very, very quiet. Last map, he only had 8 kills, and here we were worrying that he was going to stay on that goose egg for the majority of the first half, but he has turned things around in a big way.
I mean, he was, what, 0-0-4 or 5 at one point
I think
in
it
the
was
first half.
5,
It was quite substantial, and then by the end of the half, I think he was up there with, I can't remember who it was towards the top of the board. I think it was RPK at the time. I think Shox has kind of jumped up too, but I don't expect to see that after, as you said, the start from Masuta when he was very much, down in the dumps, not looking so good, looking a little bit shaky. Excellent recovery for him.
Yeah, fantastic. It's what he needed as well. You get that done in map 2, not map 3, can make all the difference.
Bit of a banana push coming in here. They've got full info, so high alert right now for the players on A. Over towards Arch side, there is 2 and 2 flashes while that's coming out. Down throws 1, the second is here. The Molotov's good.
Oh, it's so clinical. A massacre. Even Shox's USP getting to fill the feed just a little. Triple kill for Zywoo, another multi-kill round to his stat pad.
So Shox didn't buy anything there. He just went with the USP in very Flusher-esque fashion. Means that AWP can come out now if they want to wield it. Now, in the past, we've critiqued teams with Shox and Kenny, 2 very prolific names. Kenny being the primary AWPer, and then maybe Shox would be wielding a little bit more. Now, the same could be said for somebody like Zywoo. Why isn't he doing the AWP? But I think Zywoo is more of an all-rounder. I know he can be fantastic on the big green, but they've actually given it to him right here. Yeah,
and I love how they've just fully embraced the bonus round here, Chad. Like, it couldn't be more of an embrace of the bonus round. You just put your star AWPer on an AWP, and all of you get to keep and juggle around, farm, and potentially convert on the SMGs. If you don't, you've got your M4s in your pocket for the next round. Save the AWP. We're off. Masuta's hunting. And MP9 VAK does not end well. The same story for Shox.
Spoke about Zywoo. It's his time to deliver. The superstar, within his own right, finds Tessus, instantly looks for Nico, and he gets him. ZywOo's on one right now, and 3 more players about to come right towards him. They're on quad. He's in pit. The flashes, the mollies, they're all being put in.
Look at him go.
He's going forward. What is this man made of? Already supports here, but he bought enough time to now bring Down to just 1. My word, ZywOo. I thought he was going to be overwhelmed, overpowered, pressured from too many angles. No, he meets them.
There's so much space. He was moving around like there weren't 4 enemies around the site. There was.
There was.
Yeah, there was. And I want to see this one again. So missing his first shot, actively taking this fight again.
New
up
angle.
on it. Whoa, Tessus was not ready for that, pulling pins. And this was an equally one-sided affair. Lovely stuff from ZywOo, and the Renault HQ erupts.
Needed that one. Definitely needed that one. Apex here. Interesting position to see him in at the start of the round. I'm curious. Maybe he's just monitoring his teammates' screens, playing in rotation, something that the in-game leaders tend to do.
He's like, maybe he's got an inkling it to be.
And he's actually gone to something here because 5 members, mind you, from Heroic in Banana setting up for an execute. This one might be quick. ZywOo again.
RPK's holding a nade as well. They both are. Incendiary and a HE respectively. They want to try and blow them up. Okay, that's not the nade I was looking for. These are not the droids. My God, it does look robotic at times. Double kill for Apex. Tessus responds. They do have access to the site now. Rotates in. We do have RPK in construction. ZywOo could catch him on the cross, and of course he does. Just ahead of the flash. Vision restored. This round could be too much to overcome. Bomb is yet to be planted. The full rotate on its way.
Bomb now down. Tessus does have the high ground, but I don't think Vitality are underestimating anything here. 4 players now trying to work back through. Plenty of util as well. Didn't get pressured on A, so they come back with their whole kit.
Steps. Loud. Impending doom, perhaps, for the Danes here. It'll be a double swing. There's pre-fires. They can all shoot back, and they do. Cadian tries the transfers. Not there. We will see a good retake with plenty of time for that defuse on the Vitality camp. This is their map pick. The first map they chose to pick, which did have some analysts' eyebrows raised. Justifying it slowly here as they do grow into the grand final.
In the head-to-head, it was great, obviously, with a 16-5 victory last time they played towards the tail end of June, the 29th, I believe, to be exact. And Apex playing so far back, when you have a pounce onto the site, the flashes that were coming over the roof there from Heroic and Banana are to deal with more close individuals. You know, normally swinging from close CT, you've got somebody playing over towards that coffin position. Apex being so far away from the action, they bottleneck them with their utility usage there. Managed to get a nice round on the board, 12. As it's just the default spread here, you can see a bit of action over towards Banana, pushing them back, making sure they have no info, but towards top mid, they stay. And this is key for the CT sides on Inferno. You need to keep one key piece of real estate. You can't give it all up. That's the next step for Heroic, taking back mid control.
Ooh, not subtle about this either, are they, Alex? They're giving away a lot of noise here. And I wonder how much they read into it. Smoke start coming in. It's looking like it's going to be this A piece, but still no T's to be seen.
That's the first. ZywOo just dusts him off like dirt on his shoulder. I wonder if Stan's going to keep moving forward here. It does look like he wants to use the smoke fade as his go. Cadian's alongside it for the ride.
Bomb's coming, Banana.
It's just RPK. They're on the way. Apex is trying to come over, but for now it is just RPK. The mollies are there. Sounds crossed. The timing couldn't be worse.
That is knife
Apex
out.
trying to get there in time has kind of fluffed it a little, but now he's going to try and make up for it. Flash through. Here we go. Blind as anything. 4-up dice, but it's RPK trying to hold on. And with him dead and gone, the bomb goes down.
Yeah, Shox, do you want to try and disrupt this after plant? Or do you want to wait for your teammates to arrive? It seems you'll go up for the latter. Masuta a little late to this rotation. He's arriving now alongside ZywOo. They have got some smoke and 2 flashbangs. We're going to see that smoke for Banana's side. Going to lock Nico out, but he can play around it. Can't contribute. Wants to make sure he's just got the lineup for the defuse, perhaps. Or some suppressing shots through the smoke. Cadian, about now is where the time we need to see something big. It's quite the opposite. And Nico, he's going to get pressured from every angle. But he needs to find a wild one. Can he transfer? Oh, nearly. 2 of the 3. Third found a little too late. He'll scavenge away in AWP. It's something, though. He makes something out of nothing. Just didn't quite catch that bomb diffuser in time. I want to see that trend. He gets one, and he has the presence of mind that it could have been the body block.
Oh.
Look at that. My God. And with 1 HP, he stylishly finds the head of Shox. But that's all Vitality need. It was the round. It's the 13th. And this is still nearly a spotless. In fact, it is a spotless CT start from the French.
Struggling to find solutions here for Heroic. Not that they're doing a bad job. They're getting into the sights. Just a whiff shot there from Cadian. And oh, that's the opening. Okay, that's the start we're looking for.
It could go on this. It is Apex this time, not RPK, so it's a little bit different. And wait, ZywOo finding Borup is huge. That's going to delay this hit and the potency it could have had. If they'd maybe been able to springboard off that, hit B, now they're going to do it. Now the smokes go up, but Apex is ready. Deep smoke cuts off Coffins. He can't really do much anymore, but he's still trying to be ever-present. Now the T's are on the side, and that's lovely for Stown. Instantly opened up the chance for the bomb plant, and the CTs are locked out here.
The money's not as good this time around, so Vitality might actually reconsider going for the retake. And as we can see on the radar on the top left of your screen, they are dipping away. So in the previous, they had a lot of money to work with. They could have gone for it, lost, and still bought. But because Nico did such a great job, even though they lost the round Heroic, taking away all those weapons, they had to completely reinvest. And on the CT side, you'll hear me say it once, you'll hear me say it a million times, everything costs a little bit more. And the fact that they went in with a double AWP setup, you're not going to get too much more expensive than that in modern-day Counter-Strike. So ZywOo getting an opportunity to hold on to his AWP, all that utility, doesn't have to reinvest himself. Might have to drop a gun for Apex or Shox, though. And RPK can drop over that second weapon. So going into the next round, Vitality will have everything they need. This is the right call. This is percentage Counter-Strike. And Heroic, they don't want to chase. You can see here, they're happy to let the CTs hold on to their guns. They need their weaponry just as badly. The drought's been broken, and Heroic are on the board.
How many in a row was it for Vitality? I'm sure both of you can find out.
6.
6. Oh, that's quite a lot, isn't it?
It is quite the slew of rounds. And a timeout called. That is the 3rd timeout we've seen from Team Vitality on Inferno. So they've definitely been making good use of it. That was the opening kill to get us going. And it was just blind shots from Stown. I was wondering if he was working with anything. But yeah, straight through the smoke. Apex dissatisfied despite the conversion. Heroic, their first of their T-side campaign.
Bloody hell, that is a very CT-sided line there.
It's a lot of blue, Lauren.
Yeah.
At least in the previous 3, they've been able to get side control and get the bomb down. So if we're looking at positives for Heroic, it's getting better as the rounds are progressing. So if they're able to take this one here away from Vitality, their loss bonus is going to be well and truly in the bin. It'll only be $1,900 going into the next round if they lose this one. So hunting for Heroic might be on the agenda if they can get a sight, if they can get control, and if they can look to run away with this one. So Cadian back out on the AWP, has to deal with ZywOo on the other side of things. Really mid-smoke, they have to be careful. ZywOo's still picking down to ult middle.
Apex has got to be careful too. He could have been going transition. They are playing a very dangerous game on that CT side, but they do fall away in time and mostly maintain their HP for it too.
Sticking around this smoke, this is... Yeah, it's got a time limit on it. Testis' choice to descend now is going to be favorable. Suitor's opting to play that hay bale's position, bit of an off angle. Can elevate himself up on that barrel should he desire. 3 Danes in banana.
ZywOo's maintained mid-control the entire time here. So he knows that nobody's gone up towards brackets. They have information on this side of the map. So if the call comes in to gamble over towards B...
This feels really reminiscent of the Astralis setup. They'll do stack nades, Borup on the boost spot, anti-flash. It's a double pump, perhaps. Yeah, that pulls out the incendiary. Now they've got the real stuff, the real deal. Smokes, Molotovs. This is going to be chaos. Apex anti-flash and RPK tucked in, trying to find a safe spot in all these flames.
Those mollies are burning though, the floor's on fire and RPK has to deliver, can't do it. RPK turns, he's deleted. Testis and Nico, clean entry on B. You'll be happy with that. Bomb planted. Same scenario again, these 3, no options.
I think now Heroic should maybe consider chasing or at least sending 1 or 2 out to see if they can take away a gun. They hear nothing. They know nothing's rotating towards spawn. And at this point, taking the weapons away from Vitality could be everything here. So 3 channeling through CT spawn on the hunt. Down towards bottom of banana is Borup, making sure they can't come through for a late minute defuse. But this hunt here, how much do they want to invest? How much do they want to go all in? Taking these guns away, like I said, 1,900 loss bonus for Vitality in the next. It means they'll be on a partial or a force.
Cadian did get a chance to try the wall bang. Zyro actually takes that AWP out, and now the recovery mission, it's gone awry. Down does keep hold of it, so Cadian doesn't lose out on that T-side AWP, and it's certainly working well for him. He got a nice opening kill a couple of rounds prior, which was the first conversion for Heroic. So that was actually the round exactly prior. So 22-23, both go in the way of Heroic with bomb plants. Access to the site. Love this explosion. Look how quickly these 2B defenders are just ripped out of the site. Pre-fire. Lovely shots.
Heroic are dominating the opening kills right now, 14-9 in their favor. Maybe some aggression needed from Vitality to even things up.
Oh god, Shocks, get out!
Nice. Wow, okay, Vitality. They die, or rather played with death. He's holding that close second mid line. No one on the walk up yet. Nico already tucked in.
Notice how Heroic aren't giving away any risks. Like, they're not going for unnecessary peaks. A lot of players would go towards alt middle and maybe go for that type of a kill. They waited until the remainder of the teammates are there, so trade potential is on. They have, oh, look at this. Because they have banana control so early, this is forcing out the respect of Vitality. Those B hits, they're in the back of their mind, and it's going to be towards A.
There go the smokes. This is lovely. What a switch up. But there's still the big beast in the way of Zywoo. He will not be easy to surpass. Perfect flash timing. He's off the angle. He's now going to just tighten the vice through the apartments. Masuta better be there to help out as well.
He's gobbling flashbangs right now, Lauren. He's got no options. He's lost Zywoo. He's lost the round. Into the A site. Quick frags. And that, my friends, is another for Heroic. What a turnaround it has been. New lease of life. Unlocked. Inferno certainly far from a lock-in for Vitality. And another all too familiar circumstance of sitting on the other side of the map, watching that opponent's number go up by 1. Clutching on to what little you have. It will be a FAMAS and an M4 respectively. That smoke's very indicative of Apex's position. Stown can't believe his luck. He'll get that one for free. RPK likely to maybe get one more. Just softens him up with a FAMAS.
Good chase there. They're toying with them now. You can see they had to give that respect towards the B bomb site. The third man cheating on over just in case it was going to be that hit. And then the timing, they were caught in limbo. As you're rotating through CT spawn, you can't be in 2 places at once, and unfortunately for Vitality, they gambled incorrectly. This is where they're being out-called. That's what's happening there. So as we move forward, no saved guns for Vitality. It was a $2,400 loss bonus going into that round. $2,900 for the next, so they will be able to buy in round number 26. Here they just have a couple of light upgraded pistols, and this is where you want to see them get a little bit dirty, a little bit gritty.
The quad stack. No one home for the initial aggression, but that's no surprise, I'm sure. Heroic, though capable of pace, often maintain a much more reserved and calculated approach to the game that is Counter-Strike, and this is a prime example of it. The flash is perfect. Apex has to swing back in, and they collect. I mean, that is textbook. And it should remain that way. Looks like Zywoo did manage to inflict some good damage. And maybe RPK, yeah, he can profit from it. Masuta did as well.
They found the opening kill in the last 4 rounds that they posted. The last 4 rounds that the Heroic side have posted on the board have come with opening kills. And I guess that puts into context the last round that was put on the board for the side of Vitality was when Zywoo found an opening onto Tessus with the AWP. So right now, what's happening is Heroic are limiting the options for the CT side to find kills. And with that in mind, they're just racking up more and more rounds and keeping the money of the CT side very, very limited because they're in that cycle right now. Their loss bonus was at the bottom of the barrel when they started losing rounds because of the streak, and now they're having to go with what CTs feel like when they lose the pistol, right? They're back in that scenario. They will be buying. The saved AKs do mean a lot as we get to the tail end of map number 2. But if Heroic steal this away from some really good calling and just some clean hits, nice entries, this is where the game changes, though. Vitality now need to start fighting, right? They need to start getting back into the sites. They won't be conceding too many more rounds where they go, oh, we've lost the site, we'll hold on to the guns. At this point, they have to fight.
Yeah, and I can't help but remember that we've already seen evidence that those CT aggression down mid can work. You've seen Stown pull that off. It's a phenomenal way to destabilize. And if ever there was a team to destabilize, it would be Heroic. I'd love to see a coordinated early mid presence from the French. Doesn't seem like it's the plan as I see 3 members going safe side to set up on A.
I love the idea of it. The goal to do that in moments like this when you're on the cusp of a potential comeback from your opponent. And this is Heroic showing they do have grit, that they do have determination, and they might just have a way to claw back map 2. For now, though, it's Apex scoring back to the top of Banana. He wants that control, and they're going to commit to it with all that utility they had in store. But look what's on the other side here. Behind the curtain of smoke.
They want to fight.
Oh, Apex. Does he know what he's in for? He's got RPK with him. The Butcher by his side. They've got 5 players on Banana. This is going to be brutal. RPK has to hold it, and he can't. There's 1 man on the site now, Alex.
Yeah, and Shox needs to get his weapon out. It's only going to be the AK-47. Signature weapon for Shoxy Jesus. Flash. Executed.
Perfect.
It couldn't be better. It really couldn't. Sometimes Heroic's play doesn't give Vitality an option.
Chase them, hunt them, get in their face, go. Heroic, get after them, take these guns away. Devastate them here. Don't let Zywoo hold on to that AWP.
He's got a good shot at it here, Tessus. Very loud about it, down the speedway. Masuta to catch him. That's info, though. They at least know where one of them is. Cadian going to be responsible for keeping that AWP. Wants to get out of the dodge, does so.
Look where Nico is already. He's just run all the way through T apartments. He's trying to lock them on in. If he comes back around and they want to fight this, there is a chance. He needs to get a move on, needs to start running now, but they're hiding in plain sight, staying towards CT spawn. I don't think Borup or Nico will have any time to find them. They will clear to the more obvious positions, checking pit, checking site. Nobody's home, so Vitality doing a good job there of holding on to those weapons again. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Spaghetti everywhere.
It's getting very dangerous now. Vitality, they will be able to buy. Oh, and that's their last timeout being used.
Cycled
They've
through
drawn
all
it.
4.
There's something to be said about a feeling of drawing a timeout from another team as well.
Oh, yeah.
You go on those rounds, you kind of get them to the point, you're like, we've broken them.
I know how that feels.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
know when my teammate's calling a timeout. You know, you put the shoes on the other foot.
I know we were saying this was a best of 5, but remember what map's up next. Heroic's specialty.
Correct.
Nuke. Nuke is up next. If Heroic do this in 3, this could be absolutely insane. This is the dark horse, the underdog, the fairy tale story. Throw whatever label you want on it.
And it only became truly exciting and a real potential in the last, 5 rounds, really, I'd say, for Heroic. It was a great start, it was a good run, but Vitality looked cool, calm and collected on the CT side. And then suddenly, all these entries were unanswered, the attacks were just beautifully choreographed, and Heroic have lived up to the title. So Vitality need to live up to theirs and find a bit of life in themselves here, because they look dead in this one at the moment. This is a good buy, though. This is a purchase. They have to make a change.
Yeah, it could be Apex aggression. Jumping for the info initially.
Oh, the wall boost. This could be timing.
Oh, the flash every single time.
Keep going.
Try and watch a CT perspective. It just gets hit by a flash and then a bullet. Again, RPK a barrage, more flashbangs. His vision restored, and so is his aim. Does collect 1. Cadian down 2. Multi-kill for RPK, but it's in vain. It's still a man disadvantage for Shox and Masuta into the retake.
How many retakes have they been posted in now? How many times they greeted with that lines of smoke, that wall denying any vision or any chance? This is going to be 14 surely for Heroic. I love watching Shox. Masuta's been exciting, but retaking here is going to be tough. There isn't any utility on the tees, but there is only 1 kit on Masuta, so he has to play this to perfection if they want this round. He's been spotted. Surely dead in the water here. Borup just readjusting the angle. Flash comes in. Down goes 1. Shox now the only one alive. Traded in on Heroic on 14. I don't know what to make of this, Alex. I'm a little baffled here.
Yeah, I mean, Cadian said it just before we got into this game. He said, this is not a lucky run. I think that's false. This is a miracle run, yes, and it is a miracle. We've got 5 members of Heroic, unaffected by the pressure, breezing through top 10 teams, doing it consistently, flashing for each other. They are making a strong case for Heroic planting their feet firmly in the top 10.
Of those 5 players, 4 of which have found openings in this spree of rounds. So the entry frags aren't just coming from 1. Cadian's found 1. Stound's found a couple. Borup's found a couple.
Go again.
Nessus has found 1. Can they find more? Can they do it again? This is for round 15.
With Nuke around the corner as well, Chad. Vitality looked like they were smashing it. 6 rounds to start off this half in a row off the pistol. And they've responded with 6 in kind. Heroic return to the lead.
Look how sheepish they are to rotate, but it's the B hit.
Shox is nowhere near. He's on the way now, but it looks a little too late. But wait, the teams are getting into CT. They're surrounded on all fronts. Apex dies. It's just the tank, and the tank has fallen apart. The 3 players are locked out there looking dead in the water. Shox goes down. This is going to be 15 on the board. I can't believe it.
I can't. Heroic. This is magnificent. Every single time I start to perhaps think they're human, they're capable of bleeding. Perhaps the grand finals is getting to them. They've lost 6, and Vitality was standing at 13. 13. It's now been 6 in response. Make it 7 as that bomb will explode. They are going to have a chance to take this AWP out of ZywOo's hands. And Nico, he can't believe he's still alive. I can't. ZywOo makes sure that changes. Just to maintain his weaponry here.
This Towns had so much impact. 8 kills in this spree of rounds. Entry frags galore. He is just beasting them now, and he might even take the AWP away. They need ZywOo to come online right now. They need their biggest weapon. The biggest, sharpest tool in their bloody shed needs to come out right now because Vitality...
They'll have their fingers on the like a shape of an L on their forehead.
Hey! Little stunners on the cam right there, loving it.
Nice to see Stuna out and about.
I think we let him out of his cage soon.
Oh, I'm very excited to see the man in person. Quarantine cam for 2 weeks straight. Much love to him. Very important round of Counter-Strike ahead of us. Vitality on the ropes. Battered.
Oh, Banana. This is
You're
the change. You wanted the sharpest tool in the shed. You've got him.
They have to convert now.
They traded it perfectly with the Molotov. Apex tanked up by the HE. I liked what Vitality did there. ZywOo peeking off of the smoke.
They just cleared top mid. They have no idea. They just cleared it. Look how close they are already. 1 minute 25. They're rotating away.
Oh man, this is great counter. They'll walk up. Borup still can't really believe it. The flashes will get them to push for info. Wow, great precise headshot. RPK's done well to take Borup out of the equation. Bomb not down yet. Tessus and Nico up against the world to go 2-0 up in some of these players' first grand final.
How do the CTs get back into this? You know they're feeling the pressure, no kit either. So time is going to be of the essence. They do have Apex with the AWP down there, Shox and RPK. Bear in mind, RPK is very low, has the molly, could put pressure on Pit here.
Correcting myself, of course, a grand final of this caliber. But Tessus doesn't have a smoke for that. He will have to respect, and now flashed. What?
In flash!
Didn't see a thing! Tessus is still alive. Apex onto the site, one-on-one. Tessus.
No time.
He can do it just by survival. Clock is his best friend, and he's just got the info he needed. He didn't see a thing. Apex, what can you do? Nothing. He's just had to resign himself to accept his fate. Heroic. They're 2-0 up, and they're heading into Nuke. That's their map, baby. Cadian's high position.